Hi, this is Beck Power here again from Power Creative Media, and today I'm going to tell you 5 types of content that you can create right now that will help your clients understand you better, understand their own problems better, and lead them towards buying from you. So there's a type of content that I don't actually talk about very much. It's called cornerstone content. And yes, I made that up. And the thing that's really cool about cornerstone content is that it's the basis of where all your other content comes from. It's like your why. It's where people really can understand and relate to you. You can tag people in it when they ask you questions. And there's a lot of different types of cornerstone content, but today I'm going to talk about 5 different ones that most of which I have not named yet properly, but there are 5 really important things that if you don't have this type of content yet, if you haven't made this content, make it. Like, go today, make the videos or write the blog posts or whatever it is. It doesn't have to always be videos. It could be anything, except for some people just learn differently, and so they'll either want video or audio or written. I mean, you could do it as a graphic if that's your thing as well, like an infographic. Some people are really into that. But what I do is video. It's the easiest thing for me. And so I would just take some time and write out, some bullet points for each of these things and then create videos for them so that you can use them forever. Put them on your blog, do whatever, transcribe them, use them as blog posts. But here they are. Number 1, who is a good fit to work with you? Like, who is your ideal customer? And I think this type of content is really cool because we can just write or say, okay, the type of client that I'm looking to work with is, a coach or a consultant or a speaker or an author, and they are making, more than 10 grand a month, and they have, they really don't enjoy posting on social media. It's not their favorite thing to do at all. They would rather spend all their time delivering their products for their clients, and they want someone else to take care of the social media stuff. That's the type of client that would work well for me. And so all I need to do is make a video that says that and talks a little bit more about, who they are and what their problems are. And then say at the end, if that's you, if I'm speaking to you right now and you're like, oh yeah, that's me, contact me. Let's talk about social media. Let's get it off your plate. That's the type of content that this video is. That's this type of cornerstone content. So that's number 1. Number 2, who you're a not good fit for. Who is a bad fit for you? Because really, it's really important to remember that not everybody is going to be a good fit. Some clients are really draining and they want their hand held the whole time, and they're not they're not who you want to work with. There's always going to be those people, and you want to use this content to put them to dissuade them from working with you rather than persuade, right? You want to dissuade them from working with you. And so you really have to say up front all the stuff in your program or in whatever you're delivering that isn't going to be a good fit for them. So they will read it up front and say, oh yeah, I don't want to do this. Like if you say, we're not going to hold your hand, this is going to, you're going to be, this is like self-paced or whatever. Like that's the type of thing that you need to tell them up front so they don't get on calls with you, waste your time, sign up, and then, you dread working with them. You want to really dissuade those type of people from working with you. It's not that they're, bad people or that there's anything wrong with them, but some people just aren't a good fit. And, for example, people that I don't want to work with are people who really want to micromanage every part of their social media. That's not a good fit to work with me. If we are repurposing your content, then we need to repurpose your content, and we leave it to us. We do all the stuff. I'm really better to work with people who don't want to know about it and they just want us to deal with it and they never want to think about it. If you want to be a part of every single thing and you want to write all your own, you want to check every single thing and rewrite everything, that's not a good fit for us. That's just, we provide a service as a product. And we get it done, and then it's done, and we can get it out there, and you can focus on other stuff. That's the whole point. So I don't want to work with people who want to micromanage my team. And that's fair. It doesn't mean anyone's bad or wrong or anything like that. But it does tell the people that I don't want to work with that they're not a good fit. And that's important. Otherwise, you just end up wasting time. Okay, number 3. We get really good results from case studies. Everyone does. Case studies are the best. So you want to create a case study. At least, it could be a written one. A lot of people do them as reports or something like that. A free report on how this client got this result. You could do it as a video if you wanted, just by saying, okay, I had this client and they had this problem, and we worked with them over this amount of time to do this, and here's what they did, and here's the result that they got. And it's like a longer piece of content that it gives somebody an exact example of what happened. And the cool thing about this is also bridging content, which I talk about quite a lot, which it creates a little bridge for your client going like, oh, I wonder if this would be, I think this is a really cool thing. I wonder if that would work for me too. So you could say, you could have a really short case study, or you could have a really long in-depth one. The in-depth ones are really good to use as freebies as well, but you could just say, for example, in a bait post, hey, I have a case study of a client that went from, 10 grand a month to 20 grand a month just by using organic marketing. Who wants this case study? And you'll get a lot of people saying, yeah, I want it. And you can actually start conversations with those people, and they're really great leads for you. So using case studies is really great for that reason. And if you just have it out there on social media, like as a YouTube video or as a blog post or stuff like that, then people will find it, they'll discover it, and they will move into your ecosystem, which is really cool. Okay, number 4. Why you got started and or how you got started and why you're doing this thing. People are really interested in your backstory. They're interested in your personal stories. They're interested in your why. They love a story. We all love a story. Humans love stories. And if you create a story about don't create one. Tell the truth, but tell it in such a way that it makes people really interested in, oh, wow, that's a really cool thing that you did to get started, and what a great story. Like, it helps people to connect with you on a different level than if you were just giving business content all the time. So I would definitely create at least one cornerstone video of why you are doing this, how you got started in this. Those could even be 2 separate videos. People want to know your why. That's the Simon Sinek thing. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it, or something like that. So that's a really great 4th piece of cornerstone content. Number 5, and it's kind of similar to the case study, but I would do a different video. It's the problem and the solution. So a lot of times people don't know exactly what their problem is, or they can't explain it that well. They just know that they're really uncomfortable where they are, and they wish it wasn't like this, right? Or they may just think that this is the way it is. I have to deal with it. I have to do my own social media. I have to deal with it. This is what it is. It's not the truth necessarily. And so, for example, I'm spending a lot of my time creating content, telling people that their problem can be solved. They may not know that they have it yet, but talking about the problem, and especially if you can explain it better than they can explain it, if you're appear like you're in their head reading their mind, I'll say things like, you end up in Canva because you think you have to create graphics for yourself, even though you don't belong in Canva. That's not a thing that you really want to be doing, but you're in Canva, and then you're trying to figure out how to move this thing and change this color and make this whatever. And then you've been in Canva for 2 hours. What a waste of time. This is a terrible use of your time. Or trying to edit videos. Why on earth would the CEO of a business be trying to edit videos if you're at the level where you can afford to hire it out? Now, do you need to, now they think, okay, great. Well, so that means that I shouldn't be doing this myself. That means I need to hire someone. So then my next thing is, okay, So now you know you need to hire it out. Do you hire a video editor? Then you need to manage them and tell them what to do all the time. Do you hire a VA? Do you even know what to tell them to do? It's better just to hire a service of people that do this stuff all day long. We take one video, we turn it into 30 or 60 or whatever pieces of content, and you never have to think about it. You don't have to manage anything. You don't have to spend your time worrying about it. You don't have to look at it and go, oh, that's crap, because there can't be, because we're repurposing exactly the content that you already did. So it's pretty amazing. And so when I'm talking about that stuff, the problem that my audience has, they can go, oh yeah, I absolutely have that problem, and then move them into the solution. So first I talk about the problem. Here's the problem. Isn't it terrible? Yep, I know it is. But I've actually got an amazing solution. What we do is we take one video and we turn it into 30 or 60 pieces of content, and we do that every single month for you. All you need to do is submit one form. It's got 5 questions on it, and you just go submit with the video that you want repurposed, and within a week we get it back to you with all the pieces of content, and we can also post it for you if you want across all our social media platforms. I mean, that's a pretty dope piece of content, because they can see their problem and they can go, yep, I definitely have that problem, and then I introduce the solution. And so if you do that with your clients, you can show them the problem that they have, you can introduce yourself as the solution, and that piece of content is going to be out there, on YouTube or on whatever platform you put it on for forever. And a lot of times, as you know, hopefully, on social media, things disappear after, just a few minutes sometimes. I mean, tweets are gone within 7 minutes or something. So the thing that you need to do is obviously create this cornerstone content, get it out there on your blog or on YouTube or places that it's going to stay forever, but also then use other bits of social media to recreate these pieces of content in different ways. So either doing short posts, long posts, telling a story. You could do live videos, you can write, you could do infographics, you can create quote cards, you can do little audiograms. There's all sorts of ways to explain these concepts. And these are just 5 ideas that you could use for your own cornerstone content. There's so many other ways that you could say the same thing. But what we want to do is create opportunities for your clients to see what you do and speak to them in different ways so that they can see it and see it and see it and see it and see it. And sometimes you have to see things 20 or 30 times in order to actually think, oh, actually I need this and I should buy it. I mean, how many times do we see ads, right? So many times, and we still don't buy it until we've seen it. So, I mean, we don't always buy it, but the key is to see it as many times as possible so you become familiar with the idea of it. And those are the 5 cornerstone content ideas that you can create right now. I mean, create those for your clients so they can see a way to work with you, so that they know that you are available to take their money. And if you want to know more about content repurposing, or how to take your videos or books or audios and turn them into many pieces of micro content. And if you're at that stage that I talked about, where you're a coach or a consultant or an author or a speaker, and you are done, with your own social media content, you don't want to spend any more time on it. You just want to, help your audience create. You want to create, do interviews or main pieces of content. I call them big time content. If you just want to create big time content and then let someone else take care of the rest and post it for you, we are the team for you. So check us out, powercreativemedia.com, and I will see you in the next video.